أشهد
أشهد
أن لا إله
أن لا إله
إلا الله
إلا الله.
Hello, Muslim friends of the world. In a surprising development across various parts of the world, an increasing number of Jewish individuals are deciding to embrace Islam. This phenomenon has become a hot topic in various international media, as the number of conversions within the Jewish community continues to rise. According to reports from various sources, the motivations behind this decision vary. Most of them claim to find spiritual peace in the teachings of Islam, while others are attracted to the message of brotherhood and tolerance taught by the religion. Furthermore, the increasingly open and in-depth interfaith discussions have also helped bridge misunderstandings and strengthen respect between religions. A former rabbi from the United States, who has now embraced Islam, Rabbi David Levin, stated that his journey towards Islam was the result of a long search for the meaning of life. After years of studying the Quran and the traditions of the Prophet Muhammad, I felt that Islam provided answers to the profound questions I had about life and my relationship with God, he said in an exclusive interview. This phenomenon is not only happening in America but also in Europe and the Middle East. In France, for instance, a Jewish group from Paris recently pronounced the Shahada, Declaration of Faith, in a mass ceremony witnessed by local Islamic religious leaders. In Israel itself, although cases of conversion remain sensitive and often kept secret, some Jewish Israeli individuals have also chosen the same path. Religious experts describe this phenomenon as one of the signs of increasing cross-religious dialogue and understanding in the modern era. These conversions are driven more by spiritual searching rather than political or social factors. It shows that more people are opening up to the teachings of other religions in the hope of finding enlightenment in their personal lives, said Dr. Samir Abu Hassan, an Islamic scholar from Al-Azhar University. However, it cannot be denied that the decision to convert also presents challenges, especially in conservative Jewish communities. Some converts report experiencing rejection from their families and surroundings, although they remain steadfast in their new faith. Meanwhile, Islamic leaders have warmly welcomed the decision of these Jewish converts. In various mosques and Muslim communities, full support is given to those who have newly embraced Islam to assist in their transition to practicing the new teachings they now follow. This religious conversion is seen as part of a larger wave of spiritual identity searching amidst an increasingly complex and globalized world. It's not just about Islam or Judaism, it's about people seeking inner peace and meaning in life in the modern era, Dr. Hassan said. Though this phenomenon has not yet become mainstream, it highlights the powerful influence of interfaith dialogue and spiritual searching in our increasingly connected world. Discussing the weaknesses of a religion, including Judaism, should be done with care and respect, given the sensitivity of the topic and the complexity of religions in the social and spiritual lives of humanity. However, when speaking of the weaknesses of a religion, what is usually meant are the challenges or issues faced by its adherents in coping with changing times, social pressures, or internal conflicts. Below are some challenges and issues faced by the Jewish community and Judaism in the modern world. Since the destruction of the Second Temple and the Jewish diaspora, Jewish communities have been scattered around the world. This has created challenges in maintaining a consistent identity across various cultural and geographical contexts. Jews in the United States, Europe, the Middle East, and North Africa often face challenges in preserving their religious traditions in secular or majority non-Jewish environments. In some communities, particularly in Western countries, assimilation is one of the biggest challenges. Many Jews are no longer religiously active or feel disconnected from Jewish traditions due to the influence of modern culture, secularism, and assimilation into the broader society. Judaism is divided into several denominations, each with different views on how religious teachings should be interpreted and practiced. Some of the main branches of Judaism include Orthodox Judaism, which is very strict in following religious traditions. Conservative Judaism, which tries to balance tradition and modernity. Reform Judaism, which takes a more liberal approach to religion and is heavily influenced by secular values. This fragmentation sometimes causes internal tension, particularly on issues such as religious law, the role of women in worship, and views on LGBTQ+ rights. These divisions can weaken the solidarity of Jewish communities in many places and create polarization among its adherents. Many Jewish communities, especially in Western countries such as the United States and Europe, face challenges from secularism. An increasing number of Jews are not actively involved in religious life, and some even identify as secular Jews or agnostic. This decline in engagement with religious life, particularly among younger generations, is seen as one of the greatest threats to the continuity of Judaism. Many Jewish families worry that their values and traditions will not be passed down to the next generation amid increasing assimilation into broader society. Zionism, the movement supporting the establishment of Israel as a homeland for Jews, has been a source of sharp debate both within and outside the Jewish community. While many Jews support Israel, there are also those who criticize the country's policies, particularly regarding the conflict with Palestine. Some Jews feel that Zionism and global Jewish identity do not always align, especially when Israel's political policies are criticized on the international stage. This conflict creates tension between the Jewish diaspora and Jews in Israel, as well as sparking debates about the relationship between the Jewish religion and the State of Israel. Anti-Semitism, or hatred toward Jews, remains a serious challenge for Jewish communities in various parts of the world. Despite significant efforts to combat anti-Semitism after the Holocaust, recent years have seen a rise in anti-Semitic attacks in Europe and the United States. In some countries, physical attacks on Jews, vandalism of synagogues, and hate rhetoric on social media have increased. These threats have worsened the sense of insecurity within Jewish communities and have made some Jews feel isolated in the countries where they live. Although Israel serves as a spiritual and symbolic center for Jews, the political challenges in the country, particularly regarding the conflict with Palestine, create complex problems. Some of Israel's controversial policies, such as the occupation of Palestinian territories, often invite international criticism and present a moral dilemma for Jews in the diaspora who want to support their homeland but also disagree with Israel's political actions. This situation creates moral and political dilemmas for some Jews outside of Israel, who feel caught between loyalty to Israel and concerns about universal values regarding human rights. When discussing weaknesses in Judaism, it is more accurate to talk about the challenges faced by Jewish communities in maintaining their traditions in a constantly changing world. Like other religions, Judaism faces issues such as internal fragmentation, cultural assimilation, and secularism. However, Jewish history also demonstrates an extraordinary capacity for survival, even in the face of significant challenges throughout history.